Jodie Foster did not have a typical childhood. The child prodigy who spoke French fluently since childhood learned to read at age 3, and appearing in her first jobs at age 3 is far from normal. And with a single mother who pushed Foster to keep booking jobs early on, helped carve Foster into a child actor. But with a good head on her shoulders and safety all around growing up on set, Foster always aimed higher than just acting. She went to Yale University to study literature while taking a break from acting. Jodie Foster's story is a very interesting one, full of ups and downs. Jodie, along with her older siblings, was constantly appearing in advertisements and TV shows since childhood. Eventually, she and her older brother became primary breadwinners in the family by the age of 12. Foster appeared in a string of TV shows throughout the 60s and 70s, her first being Mayberry RFD in 1968, followed by over 50 more shows in total. Foster simultaneously began appearing in films in the 70s. Her film debut was in Napoleon and Samantha in 72 at the age of 10. A few more films followed, but her appearance in Martin Scorsese's directorial called Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, opposite Ellen Burstyn, an Oscar winner, was Foster's real taste of true filmmaking and serious roles. 2 years later, Scorsese cast Foster in the classic Taxi Driver, opposite Robert De Niro. Foster, who was 12 upon casting, was assessed psychologically to see whether she could handle being on set of this film due to the violent content of it. Foster's maturity and potential to play serious roles proved that her future was bright. De Niro noticed this and rehearsed extensively with Foster during the filming of Taxi Driver. Foster later said, "The idea that everybody thinks that if a kid's going to be an actress, it means that she has to play Shirley Temple or someone's little sister." It was on set of this film that Foster realized that filmmaking and acting is a craft that one must chisel at in order to do a good job. It's not just fun and games. Foster got nominated for Best Supporting Actress Oscar for her role in this film. Foster furthered her film career in Echoes of the Summer, Bugsy Malone, The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane, and Freaky Friday. She was showing her acting skills in European films like Moi, Fleur Bleue, and Casotto, as well as Candleshoe, Foxes, and Carney. Foster was swiftly taking on more adult roles. Her mother was adamant that Foster start promoting herself as a fully grown adult, even going as far as arranging a photo shoot when Foster turned 16 to appear partially nude in. Foster's mother and the wife of the photographer were present on set. But Foster had a plan of her own, a more sensible one. After finishing high school, she took a break from acting and focused on her studies at Yale University, taking the moment to live a more normal life as a student and discover oneself was exciting for the young Jodie. Nonetheless, she worked on films during the summer holidays. Foster's dream of living a quieter, publicity-free life was already crushed during freshman year of college. Her risque role in Taxi Driver seemed to make quite an impression on fully grown, creepy men, most notably John W. Hinckley Jr., who had an obsession with Foster all these years. He started stalking Foster on campus, sending her letters and calling her. The unhinged Hinckley decided then to recreate his own Taxi Driver movie. He decided to get Foster's attention by attempting to assassinate newly elected President Ronald Reagan in 1981. Hinckley's notes to Foster went as so: "Over the past 7 months, I've left you dozens of poems, letters, and love messages, in the faint hope that you could develop an interest in me. Although we talked on the phone a couple of times, I never had the nerve to simply approach you and introduce myself. The reason I'm going ahead with this attempt now is because I cannot wait any longer to impress you." After the assassination attempt that left Reagan wounded, Hinckley was sent to jail and then sent to psychiatric care. Foster tried to retract from media attention regarding this incident and finally graduated Yale in 1985. Although she appeared in a handful of mediocre films during college, It was difficult for Foster to re-establish the level of success she had before college. But it was in 1988 that things took a positive turn. Foster, now 26, appeared in the gritty and visually disturbing film called The Accused. The film ended up being groundbreaking for that time because of the intense subject matter. It brought to light the subject of rape culture. The film was a huge success, and Foster was the highlight of this film. In 1989, Foster won her first Best Actress Academy Award for her performance in The Accused. This was the perfect way to prove to herself and to the world that she is in fact a Hollywood star. Not a child actor anymore, but a legitimate actor. 4 years later, Jodie found herself accepting her second Best Actress Oscar for her role in Silence of the Lambs. The film was a major box office hit and remains one of the most iconic films. Jodie acted and directed her first feature film called Little Man Tate in 1991. She appeared further in memorable films like Shadows and Fog, Summersby, Maverick, and Nell, in which she acted and produced. She was nominated for the Oscar once more for her role in Nell. More successes followed, like Contact, Panic Room, Flight Plan, and The Brave One. Jodie Foster has directed and acted in films like The Beaver, Money Monster, and an episode of Black Mirror and Orange is the New Black. Jodie Foster is relevant to this day as a dedicated and seasoned actress, producer, and director. She keeps her personal life private, and it is exciting to follow the journey of Jodie Foster from her childhood to now. It proves that natural talent never disappears. It always comes to the surface, and one must take advantage of it.
Look, my mom always said to me, by the time you're 17, your career will be over, so you need to figure out what you're going to do. And then I thought, oh, okay, well, then I was 18 and 19 and 20, and then she said, listen, when you're 40, you'll be done as an actress, because women over 40, they don't act anymore. Well, that didn't happen for me either, so I don't know. I guess I had one of those weird careers that just kept continuing.